Welcome to the first edition of This and That, the musings of a busy mind. The topic today is the telephone. When I was growing up, we had one telephone in our home. We picked up the receiver and an operator said, "Number, please." We would say something like, "Ivanhoe 6 4022, and she would connect us. Some people had party lines. They shared their connection with another household. If the phone rang twice and twice again, we would answer it. If the ringtone was one long and one short, which was repeated, then it was for the other party. No one carried a phone. You could leave home and no one could find you all day unless you were at work and didn't receive many personal calls there, unless it was an emergency. If you were out and about and wanted to call home, you had to find a phone booth and put in coins to pay for your call. When I am in a public place, I miss the days of a phone booth. I hate to listen to people calling their relatives and friends and having banal conversations in loud voices. It's puzzling to me that they can't use their inside voice so that their conversation is more private. It might be interesting to overhear their conversation if they were sharing state secrets or public or juicy celebrity gossip. A friend told me about being on the train to New York and listening to Betty Sue as she called 25 of her closest friends to tell them about her date with Eddie the night before. A train car full of people had to listen to her go on and on for about 45 minutes. It's a wonder another passenger didn't throw her off the train. I bought my first mobile phone for my car not long after they were available. My job required a lot of road time, and I wanted a fast connection for auto emergencies, such as a flat tire or getting locked out of my car. The first mobile phone was a full-size handset that was in a container the size of a shoebox. It was not portable like the later mobile phones. The cell phone and I have a love-hate relationship. I'm glad that I am not tied to a device 24/7. I now have a smartphone and I'm inept at using it. I often can't find the right button fast enough. By the time I say hello, there is no one there. I touch an icon and nothing happens, or I get the wrong response. I pick up the voice messages with difficulty. I have no intention of ever texting. I ask my friends to use email or call on the landline. It's so much easier for me to use. As you can tell, my cell phone is still mostly used for emergencies. I see people walking or jogging while using their cell phones and hope that they don't cause an accident or get injured. Sometimes I'm in a theater and a cell phone will ring. This is so unfair to the actors in the audience. I notice people in restaurants using their cell phones. They are ignoring their dinner companions and not being present in the moment. It is a sad sight. The other day I was talking with a dental technician who was getting things ready for my panoramic x-ray. I said that I was so grateful to live in a time with modern dental care and not in the 1800s. She said that she would like to live back then. I asked about the attraction. She said, people didn't have the technology for cell phones. Nobody talks to anybody anymore. They are all staring at their phones. It's so impersonal. Sometimes it seems to me as if people are at the mercy of everyone else who has their mobile phone number, and even strangers and telemarketers. The cell phone is in charge of how they spend their time. It sets the tone and schedule of their day. It's so sad. In the early 20s, Emily Dickinson wrote a poem in which she asked where a place called morning lies. And here's my answer to Emily Dickinson. I have come from the tall mountains where the place called morning lies. I have seen the glow of sunshine steal across the quiet skies. We have doubts about the morning when our hearts are black with sin. It's hard to see the break of day when we have no love within. There can really be a morning, it is born within the soul, and it will come to each of us when loving is our goal. Join us again soon for another edition of This and That.